everyone. I'm very excited to have you guys on today's show. My name is Claire and you're watching On Air with Claire. Today I have my friends joining me and I would like to meet you guys.
Hi everyone, my name is Iberi, a very close friend of the host.
Okay.
And I'm Stephanie, glamorous Stephanie.
Nice to meet you, glamorous Stephanie. And it's a pleasure meeting you, my dearest friend Iberi. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about spirituality. How spiritual are we? We're going to be giving us a difference between spirituality and religion because I feel like a lot of people misinterpret that. So we need to clear some things up. So I feel like I should ask, why is it that most parents force their kids to go to church on Sundays and the Muslims are being forced to go to the mosque on Fridays? So I don't know. I want to hear what do you guys think about that?
Well, I feel that from the spiritual enlightenment that they have received,
Okay.
they have deemed it important to dedicate a day where you commune with God, with the powers that may be, and they want to instill that kind of trait or that kind of awareness into
Yeah.
their children.
Yeah.
So I feel that's why they make it necessary, make it mandatory to go to those places at those particular, especially on those days.
Yeah. What about you, Stephanie? Do you feel the same way?
Yes, I feel exactly what everybody just said. I totally support that because that's the way they've been brought up.
Okay.
And that's the way they feel that, okay, if my child follows this footstep or path, he or she will do well, sorry.
Yeah.
And will be successful generally.
But you know what I feel exactly? I feel like you don't really have to go to church to prove that, you know. What about people that worship from their homes?
I agree with that because
Yeah.
there's as you said something about spirituality.
Yeah.
I believe that spirituality is a personal connection with God.
Okay.
And if you have such relationship with God, why go to a place?
Exactly.
Why go to somewhere else to talk to your God when you can just do it with yourself in your quiet place?
Yeah.
Where God just communicates. I feel that going to church, you are meeting an intermediary.
Okay.
You are seeking for someone to help you to help your relationship with God. Because people go to this, I'm going to church, I want to go and see that father, I want to go and see that priest,
Yeah.
I want to go and see that imam. Most people, they have this mindset that that father, yes, he's working.
He's
If
good.
he's good. If I meet him, God will
Yeah.
answer me. But they don't know that spirituality is personal relationship.
It's within.
with God. It's within, yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, I don't fully agree with her. What I feel spirituality mainly entails is the awareness that there's something more in this life, something more than where we are living now. There's something more than the physical realm, and that kind of realization, it can be mind breaking. It can be hard to handle, and that's why we go to people who have received more enlightenment, more understanding of what is out there, to help us understand what we are living for. And about church and all those
Yeah.
things. It helps when you are in a gathering, when you are with like-minded spiritualists, if I'm allowed to use that word. And if you go to the Bible, it is written in the Bible that you should not forsake the gathering of brethren. It's not saying that gathering is the only way you can pray to the Lord or can connect to God, but it's also as important in all the other ways of connecting to God. Because there's nothing wrong with staying at home and praying. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that communion, that staying together, it brings a lot of things out.
Much as I agree with what you have said, Iberi, I still kind of like was well, Stephanie. I do agree with what you said, but like I feel like the Muslims, the Imam, as the Muslims would call it, they have a very strong connection with their Imam, and some people who have like this your relationship with their pastors, like, oh, if I don't go and meet that pastor or the pastor has so much to offer me that I have to go to church every Sunday. If I don't go to church every Sunday, I'm going to lose something because of what he or she is getting from the pastor. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So that is like the kind of connection some people have with their alphas. But at the same time, I still feel like it's really not necessary to go to church. I mean, you can do your church from your house. We have people, let's take COVID-19, for example. As a result of COVID-19, we were all worshiping from our various homes. Be you Muslim, be you Christian. We're all doing our churches. Everything was going on in our homes.
Well.
Okay.
COVID, there's always an exception.
Okay.
COVID-19, of course, you couldn't go to church.
Yeah.
We had the pandemic, and we had to put people's health situation at that consideration.
Okay.
But you are healthy. You are for the fact that you were even able to survive that.
Yeah.
You should also come saying it's like a party. You don't want to celebrate by yourself. No?
Okay.
You come together with everyone else, and you thank whoever you want to thank, the Lord, whoever you feel that is whoever you feel that is responsible for your life at that point in time. So, of course, COVID-19 was an exception to that. Or are you going to argue on that?
I will pick from what Claire said earlier. She said during the COVID-19 time, we were worshipping our God from home.
Yeah.
During that time, were we not still speaking? Were we not still having a good relationship with God? Were our prayers not answered? You don't need a physical gathering to be able to communicate with God.
It's not about answering prayer. It's not about being able to pray. It's about being like, I'll use this analogy now. It's like saying, why do you have a library? It's like saying that why am I reading in the library if I can read from my house, if I can read in my bedroom? It's not that the library is useless. It's just that it helps to be in an environment that is dedicated for that purpose. You understand what I'm saying? It does not. It's not say that you cannot read, you cannot pray from home, but it helps to be in an environment, in a building, in a structure, whatever you want to call it, in a gathering, where it is dedicated for praying, for communicating
Worshipping
with
God.
God. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if you feel, I know, understand the COVID-19 stuff. Yes,
Yeah.
COVID-19 was there, but still, people that even went for that COVID-19 stuff, the COVID-19 prayers, I for one can see that I was not as dedicated to praying or to going to or to attending online masses or stuff like that.
Than
that I
going
was
to
being
church.
going to
Yeah. You know, I kind of like have an example to cite. I don't know if you guys have watched this movie, War Room.
I have.
Okay.
Haven't.
So, you haven't?
I haven't.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. If you had watched that movie, I think you should be able to get what I'm trying to say. But since you said you've watched it, now in War Room, there's a lady, and kind of like an old lady. She has a particular space in her house where she goes to communicate with her God. It's like a private room, a room in her house. There's a name she calls it. I don't know. Do you? Yeah, it's a prayer room. I think prayer room. Yeah, something like that. It's an empty space, and you know the only thing that's in there, a Bible and a chair. That's where she goes to pray with her own God. That's where she goes to communicate with her God. That's where she goes to do whatever she wants to do with her God. So let's say that room is her pastor, it's her imam, it's her priest, it's her whatever, because that is where she goes to do her own communication. And her prayers are answered. So what would you say about such a person?
Well, if you remember War Room, you
Okay.
also remember that she also went to church.
Okay.
She also went to church at one point.
She also went to church at one point in time, and at the same time, she had a private room.
There's
She
nothing
goes to
wrong with
prayer.
that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have your own form of communication with God. I'm just saying that once in a while, as often as you can, also try to be in a gathering where other people, because there's only so much you can do on your own.
Yeah.
You also need ideas from other people. What new way can I communicate with God? What new way can I say thank you? That kind of thing. So it's not about not having your own space. It's about also getting inspiration, getting motivation, hearing other people's lifestyle from other people's heart and everything, their experiences.
I would like to say something.
Okay.
As according to the movie, it just says she had a Bible. What's the essence of that Bible? The Bible is, as I said, Bible is the truth. It teaches us the way we should worship God. And you are saying that you want to discover other ways of thanking Him when you already have the truth in your hand. Just go through your Bible, read it. When you go through, you see the lifestyles of the different apostles. You see the way they serve God. They said knowledge is power. My my people perish for the lack of knowledge. Meanwhile, we have knowledge in our hands. If on a daily basis we go through the Word of God, if we go through our religious books, there's no how we will not find ways to also thank God, and also other ways to communicate to Him.
Thank you so much for saying the Bible. If you read the Bible and she reads the Bible, let's say we all read the Bible, what she will interpret from the Bible is different from what I will interpret from the Bible. It's the same thing I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
But it's the same Bible we're reading.
It's the same Bible we're reading.
Exactly.
It's exactly the same thing. It's the same movie we watched, wasn't it?
Okay.
But what you got from the movie was the room.
But did you know that she prayed more in the room than go to church?
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
I'm just saying that you should not forsake the gathering of the brethren, as it was written in the Bible.
Okay. All right, then we're going to end it there. Okay, so in what word can you say spirituality is to you?
To me, it is personal relationship with
Okay, what about you?
I'll agree with that.
Okay. Okay, so in this part of Africa, to be precise, do you think we practice religion or spirituality? Which we're discussing here today.
I think we practice, of course we practice religion, because you cannot tell me that about 80%, or let me be more rational, 75% of the African parents, African families must go to church so that they will feel that I'm a Christian, I'm following the ways of God. Spirituality is also your character. When you have a personal relationship with God, you follow His ways, your character shows. But most people, they go to church, I must go to church, I must see my pastor, I must pay my tithes, I must pay my...
But we practice spirituality. What we do are acts of improving our relationship with God.
Okay.
Spirituality is, you said, your personal relationship with God. In a relationship, you can't just have a relationship and just do nothing. You have to do something to improve that relationship, to strengthen that relationship, to make that relationship, be strong.
Sound and strong.
Be strong, sound and strong. So what we do are acts,
Okay.
to improve our spiritual relationship with God. That is what we practice. We practice spirituality. Yes, it might be extreme to a point, but the core of the whole act and everything is spirituality, our personal enlightenment.
Well, we're getting two different sides of this, but I want you to know that at the same time, we practice religion, and at the same time, we're also being told that we practice spirituality. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. How important is spirituality to you?
Spirituality is very important.
It's as important as living. It's part of life.
How important is it to you, Stephanie?
Spirituality is very, very important to me. My personal relationship is very important, because He's my creator, He's my maker. So I have to meet Him every time, every minute of my life.
Okay, guys, so I'm not going to spill out all the beans, but I'm going to leave you to give your opinions down on the comment section below. Once again, I remain your host, Claire, and it was nice having you guys, and I hope to see you some other time. Bye.